Codfather. Hello, behind me is a car called the Codfather, and it is an MG ZS 120 Stepspeed CCTV gearbox. Yeah, that's right. CCTV. No, CVT. It's not CCTV. There's nobody watching it all the time, is there? Or maybe there is. Is it you? It's gonna spoil my walk-away ramble, that has.
Typhoon cat.
Anyway, right, so this is the start of a video where I shall use this all week to see how livable the car is and to monitor the coolant level and basically find out whether the head's okay or not. Because it might be, or it might not. And that's the way to find out. You use it, don't you? So I'm going to do that. Right, okay. In a moment I have to nip out, so I'm going to take this car. However, there is something I really should do. Something I have to do before I dare take it back out. This panel here was a complete disaster the other day, so I've just sprayed a bit of lacquer on it and I'm going to just buff it back off and see whether it looks reasonable. A buffing and a polishing and waxing too, and it's never going to look right, but it's going to look a bit better than it did do before. Now, not that it's specifically related to this car, but this can be used for this. A lovely free gift from a chap called Neil, and he's the chap that gave me the gear stick warmer from Pride of Longbridge. Look what I've got. Gosh, it's quite heavy actually. That's got a fair bit of weight to that. I do have a cordless one of these thingies, which is about half of the weight, but I don't think this is anywhere near the same kind of rotational speed, and so that would be better just used for actual soft compound things, soft rubbing back of it, not rubbing back, no, something else, I can't think of what it is. This is going to be good for actually properly getting the paint back right again. That's really powerful. It takes quite a bit of effort just to keep it in one place because it just wants to go all over the place. You need to be a stronger man than I am. And now some swirl removing compound. Pity about the paint mismatch. I would like to invite you to move beyond. I'm going to take a trip up to Senior Mustard's house because when I left Toby Giles up there the other day, I forgot to take out my microphone, and I'm finding that with this new phone that I have here, the sound is a bit all over the place. I'm having to adjust the volume all of the time. I don't really want to do that. It'd be easier if it to just plug the microphone. It has to be said about this ZS, it is a fantastic drive. You know me, you know how much I enjoy my Rover 25 and my 420 GSI. Now the GSI has the build quality and the character, but this is definitely a much better driving experience. If you drive an MG or a Rover, have you noticed this column? Often you'll see a new MG coming the other way and they never, ever look and go, oh yeah, an old one, yeah. And do you know why that is? Because MG are not what they used to be. And as much as people say, yeah, but it's still, it may be a Chinese made car now, it's still keeping the name alive. It's keeping the name alive, but there's no relation. And the people who buy MGs these days have no interest in either cars or what they used to be, and they simply don't notice these old motors knocking about because they mean nothing to them. tail lift that's supposed to be stuck up, not down. There's 3 subways along this stretch of road that you can see it there. Yet the majority of people prefer to risk life and limb crossing over a busy dual carriageway. Oh look, another black MGZS. Yes, it's no wonder they don't bother to have a look. It's no wonder they're not interested when they drive around cars like that. Let's have another conversation about speed humps. As somebody who has some mechanical sympathy, I slow down for speed humps, but I notice that many people don't. So they're there to try and reduce the speed of motorists. Yep. All it does is make some people drive even more erratically than they normally would do, and you're more likely to get run into the back of. Hello, old friend. That van reminds me of a condom packet. That's the first 10 minutes of work dealt with. Looking for my keys that I dropped on the floor. And now, little task for the day is going to be to get the Codmaster looking just a bit nicer, a bit tidier. Got rid of the stickers, so if I can get rid of some of the marks left behind, that would be rather great. And all that stuff, and just generally make it look somewhat nicer. I would be happy. I do a lot of polishing videos here on Project Nigel, but this is going to be the first time I really concentrate on a particular tool, which is the one that I'd sent to me yesterday by Sophie and Neil. And just to show my appreciation, this video is dedicated to them. I hope you enjoy watching it. Yesterday I did use the new buffing machine on this, but this needs some more paint correction because there's bits that are the wrong colour because it was sprayed over, you know. And I do mean but, this particular machine is going to take my detailing skills to the next level. It is. I could do with trying this out on some solid colours really, but black, a solid black would be fantastic to try this on. But anyway, right, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to give it a go on here, where the stickers left behind some rather faded bits, and then some other bits, and then do this headlamp and see what I can make of this bonnet. That was about 2 minutes on the boot spoiler. Oh, it's not perfect though. It's still got a couple of bits there. It's much better than it was. However, as you know, much better than it was is no longer good enough. I'm aiming for the next level. But probably not in this car because it's going to take too long. Now, what about possibly the worst feature of this car? The bonnet. That needs a bit more than just a good old buffing up, because if we zoom into this there, it looks like a satellite image of a city. Looks like New York actually. Or is it Manhattan? Don't know. Whatever the case, it means that can't be polished away. But, well, it doesn't stop me from having an idea or two. You see, the thing is, where it's crazed, it's basically the paint has shrunk and split. So, could it just be a matter of filling in the gaps? If I wet this, I'll be able to see where it needs lacquer and where it actually needs paint. As this milky water quickly evaporates off, you can see the water itself is not filled in the gaps, which means it needs more than lacquer. So as I see it, the bonnet is ruined. It needs a respray. That means that there's no real harm in me trying a little experiment with it. What I'm going to try is this. I'm going to thoroughly clean the bonnet with some panel wipe, and then get my aerosol can out and gently spray across some of these areas. Leave it to cook for 2 days and then rub it back. So hopefully the black paint will sink into all of the gaps, and then the top part can be rubbed off, leaving the bits in the gaps. Will it work? Because obviously this is bound to be something that other people have done and I've done myself, and it did work. But will it work with this? That's the question. Oh, there's only one way to find out the answer. Hello, Josh. No, Ross. Dinosaur Dad's talking to me. Hi, Dinosaur Dad. I haven't done anything yet because I can't find the paint. Simple as that. It happens sometimes. I can't be expected to know where absolutely everything is at any one given time. Currently, I only have 2 places for paint, and that's up there for my rover paint, there for my non-rover paint, and then in this box over there for my other rover paint. Oh, and just over there for some other types of paint. And the colour I'm after isn't in any of them. And it's not because I haven't got it, because I have. Because I bought it for Eric. And that's the same colour, in case you didn't know. Found it. It was up there, where I said it wasn't. Who thinks this is a bad idea? If you think it's a bad idea, say so. Good idea or bad idea, it's an idea. Ideas are worthwhile pursuing. I feel like a samosa now. So currently that doesn't look any better, but let's wait and see. It's very hot today, and before we go any further, would you like to see my my burn mark? Yeah. Well, that's the side I'm going to paint, and that's the side I haven't. It's come up quite nicely, except for the bits left behind. But this is the headlamp that I wasn't too concerned with. It's got a couple of cloudy bits, but not very much. It was the other one that's the problem. I've just spent about 30 seconds on it, and look, that's amazing. Well, before I've been using my cordless thingy there with very well, if I'm honest, I've had better results by hand, because it just doesn't go around fast enough. I've spent half an hour on the headlamp and it's still not right. So there we go. All that time I've been doing it wrong. It certainly is one step at a time. Look, I've done this door and that wing. That was really faded before. I'm very happy with that indeed. Well, it has to be said, where the paint is good, these results are excellent. No swells or anything there. That's enough for one day. I'm going home early because it's too hot, far too hot. And Eric is the only car I have that has working air conditioning. It's the only one I can't use. And it's hotter and hotter.
I would like to thank the following channel members, presumably you still are members. Stu, Richard Mann, Dinosaur Dad, Jimmy Quinn, Mark Reynolds, James Mayo, Aaron Gill, Neil Gibbons, Carl Wood and Carl Davis, Dave Smith, son of Jack 71. Typhoon Cat, Tim Sheridan, Lee Thorndike, James Smith, Classic Wheels, Wales. Fubarad, Foxtrot, Phil Roach, Johnny Crook, Simon Brader, Greg Anderson, Project MGTF, Alan Searle, and Granny Staff. And if anybody else is a channel member, please let me know.